What's up, family? Welcome to Asking My Aunts.
Where we challenge you to stop playing and start pushing.
This is my glamorous wife, Fiona.
And this is my handsome husband, Aize. We are the My Aunts. Who are we? We are married. We give you our advice. We give you our opinions. We answer your questions. And we always keep it 100%
Real.
So we're going to get right on into it today. We have a question, a 3-part question that came in from one of our YouTube viewers. And we're just going to get right to it and give you our opinion on these issues. Number 1, you listening?
I'm listening.
Is there a dress code when it comes to going out with your spouse? So when you all go out together, is there a dress code that's in play? Can I answer that first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. For me, there's not any particular dress code, but I'm trying to make sure I'm looking a little clean, I'm coming correct with it. Because when I'm on my husband's arm, I want to play the part well. I want him to feel confident with me, and really I want to be confident about myself. And so, your image in terms of how you look, what you got on, it all plays a part. I will say though that when our children were little babies and stuff, I wasn't really tripping half as much as I do now. I would just be throwing on whatever and rolling out the house like, look, I'm going to the store, or we going over here to go eat. Come on, I got my sweats on, let's go get something to eat. Because, at different places in your life, you be tired, you got stuff going on, you just can't do all of that. But my children are getting a little older now, so I pay a little more attention to myself.
It take forever just to find some lip gloss.
Oh, bring it down.
That's
No, I don't. Okay, so that's me on the dress code piece. Is there a dress code for you?
Yeah, I mean, my wife, she's just beautiful. And, just by her being so beautiful, she forces me to step my game up, so.
I don't do nothing to you.
I mean, you don't do nothing to me, but just by the very nature of you being as beautiful as you are, I gotta go ahead and make sure I come correct. So
he's setting us up for a good night tonight. Yes. All right, number two. She says this is a woman who's written in. She says, my husband and I have been together for 10 years. I feel that we should be pretty much comfortable with just about anything. I asked him what did he think about a female recently, just to see what he would say and see if he would be upfront and honest, because I'm always honest with him. He took me all around the lake before he actually gave me an answer. And when he gave me the answer, it wasn't a straight yes or no. Why do some men do this? I tell him just about everything that's on my mind. Why can't he just be open and honest with me? Why, boo? Why?
I mean, I say it comes down to a 5-letter word. Trust. Trust. Yeah, that's 5 letters. Trust. I think that he probably is in a space where he doesn't necessarily trust how you might respond to him, being honest. He knows that what he says might possibly cause or create some insecurity in you. So, he don't want you to feel no particular way. So he'll rather just keep it inside. And he really, at this point, probably just doesn't trust that you'll be able to deal with the truth as it is.
And the second part to that is that you may not have an issue because you say that you're open with him. So there's really no reason in your mind for him not to trust. But sometimes when we have our own issues, we project them onto other people.
That's true.
So if he, feels funny about that, if he's uncomfortable, if he just doesn't really, trust that whole kind of a conversation, then he may just project that onto you and say, she's not going to be able to handle me being real for real. You know what I'm saying? But you really are straight. So you got to have to let him go at his own pace and work it through and just continue to model that transparency that you say is happening in your all's relationship. Number 3, when you and your husband go out, are there certain rules and regulations you have to make the two of you comfortable? If so, what are the rules? All right, well, I never thought about it like that. I don't think we really had any rules, but me and my husband were talking about this before we recorded, and I said, I guess there are a few unofficial rules that we have. Rule number 1, baby, go ahead and say it. What's the number 1 rule?
You got to have your ring on. That's rule number 1. Now, my wife is laughing because this has been, to some degree, an issue in our relationship, at least an issue for me. It's been an issue for me because my wife, she'll go out of her way to put her lip makeup on, her lip gloss, and her earrings. She won't leave out the house without no earrings. But occasionally, she might slip out the house without her rings on.
I forget, y'all. I just forget. I'm running. I'm trying to get the kids to school on time and trying to I'm always late. Let me just say that. I'm just a late person, so I'm always running.
You need to stop playing and start pushing.
Yeah. So, I mean, I receive that. It kind of irritates me sometimes because I understand the importance of the rings, but I'm like, it's a symbol. It doesn't make us or break us. We connected regardless, but my husband is very clear.
All right, if you don't forget your
Get
earrings.
your butt back in the house, put your ring on.
If you don't forget your earrings, you shouldn't forget your ring.
That's what he always say. Did you forget to put on earrings?
Exactly.
That's number one. What's the second rule, sweetheart?
All right, the second rule is if you're out and about and you see somebody that you knew before, and whether it was an old girlfriend or a boyfriend or just a friend, it's imperative that you introduce that person to your spouse.
Early on.
Yeah, early on.
Don't sit there and have a
right
conversation for like 30, 45 seconds. Oh, yeah, this is my wife. No. That's not cool.
Yeah, you want to make sure. So that's one of our rules. And make sure it's in the order of you introducing that person to your spouse. Your spouse is the one who has superiority, so you want to make sure you say, Tina, this is my wife, Iyanna, versus saying, Iyanna, this is Tina.
Yeah,
your wife don't need to be introduced to her.
Right,
she need to be introduced to your wife because your wife is the one who, is holding things down. So
Good point. Number 3, the last rule is that if there's any time when we're out that we're uncertain about things, say for example you're at a venue where there's dancing, and say a dude comes over to me and is like, you want to dance? And he just seems like he's friendly, he just wants to dance or whatever.
That'll be jive disrespectful though if you see me standing right there. Just ask you if you want to dance with him.
But I don't know. I don't necessarily.
But hold on, but there has been situations where Iyanna, she's asked me whether or not it would be okay for her to dance with somebody, and vice versa.
Right.
And just by the fact that she asked or I asked, we'll grant each other permission. So.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. I would be uncertain. Like, I don't know if my husband is cool with that. So I would say, give me a second, and I'll go check with him. If somebody asked me to come over here with them for a second, it may just be walking across the room or something. If I know my spouse might be looking like, where is she going? Yeah. I'm just going to always check. So any areas of uncertainty, it's going to be different for different couples. Just check with your spouse. Defer, because they are number one. All right, y'all, we've given you all these little answers today in this 3-part question. Hope it's been helpful. Hope it's been real as always. Stop playing and start pushing.